Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. You've got The Local Show on your radio or your digital device or whatever you're looking at these days, right? There's a lot of different devices out there. And we're also on YouTube. I don't know if you know that. So I'm glad that you dressed up and you're looking stealthy. You always look like an outdoorsman to me, Bob.
I am an outdoorsman. So I try to look the part.
Spend most of your time outdoors. I've been... it's funny, when the pandemic started, I was outside all the time. I don't know why. It was just one of those things like, really? They're not going to prevent me from being outside, right? I can be outside. And I was, and a lot of walks and all that. And then as things have gone on, I'm spending less time outside, more time inside, but I remodeled and have a studio and all that stuff down there, so I spent a lot of time in the studio.
Don't forget about your friend, the outdoors.
Yes.
It'll make you feel better and more well-connected.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of deer around your property?
We do.
We have an incredible amount. Yeah. Imagine if we were hunters, we could probably be. Can you shoot deer on your own property?
You can. I think I can't because I don't shoot deer, but I think I could.
Well, I'd like to give them a sporting chance, so I thought about wrestling them.
Okay.
So I told Nicholas, the boy, that we should get into wrestling the deer. And hey, if we pin him and all that stuff, then maybe we can have some venison.
Watch out for deer ticks.
Yeah, but then you got the ticks. Yeah, they got that mechanism built right in. Geddes Federal Savings and Loan has been a big proponent of The Local Show since the beginning. They are a local company. You can talk to local people when you call them. Oftentimes somebody will answer the phone and you won't have to go through a series of prompts that'll take you, like through a 1-800 number. And eventually you get to somebody, sort of, and they put you on hold forever. That doesn't happen at Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. So if you want anything local, from mortgages to a higher rate CD, which, the Fed raised rates a little more, so you can make a couple of bucks on a good CD over at Geddes Federal. Give them a call. Go to getitатgeddes.com. Getitатgeddes.com. Dr. Nicole Anzalone is a longtime proponent of the show as well. She's the owner of Syracuse Hearing Solutions and a doctor of audiology. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Tom. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Good to
For
see
people
you.
that don't quite know you, what's your educational background? What do you have to do to be an audiologist?
So I have a 4-year bachelor's degree, and I actually have a master's degree in neuroscience, and then a 4-year doctorate in audiology.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Where'd you do all your schooling?
What did I do?
No, where?
Oh, where? A lot of studying.
Yeah.
I went to Syracuse University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have, like, if you look in the course book, does it say audiology path or
Yeah, it's actually not as well known. I mean, when you think of the health sciences, you think of maybe vision or dental, but audiology is in there too. And I studied sensory sciences, so all the eyes and ears and everything. And I was really interested in ears for some reason.
Did you know an audiologist ever before you decided that that's what you wanted to be?
Before my degree, no. No, actually. Before I worked on my master's degree anyway, I really didn't know much about it. And, I studied biology and psychology in my undergraduate degree. And it was interesting, like learning experimental psychology and how people perceive sound and vision and everything. And it's just so interesting.
It is.
So that's really how I got into it. And then I started working with cochlear implant patients. They were part of our research team and research subjects. And it was amazing to me how they went from not hearing anything at all to hearing again and hearing their families. And it's life-changing. Yeah. And that's what really got me passionate about it.
With all the new technology, has cochlear implants, have they become just, people can almost hear like a person who has good hearing can hear? Is it closer?
It's closer. It's not exact to normal hearing, but they do have sound awareness. They can understand speech. It may take a little while. It's kind of like getting a new knee and learning to walk again. So they do have to go to, kind of like oral rehabilitation where they learn how to hear again and listen.
Right.
And it's interesting how their brain kind of makes sense of what they're hearing, even though it's different.
On a day-to-day basis, who comes into your office? What kind of people go to an audiologist's office?
We get people that want their ears cleaned. I know we were talking about that before. We get people who have hearing difficulties understanding people, especially in noise. That's a really common complaint. Families complaining at them that they can't hear. We get people who have balance problems now. So we do test balance to see if it's ear related. So we do anything ear related. Also hearing protection. So we make our custom hearing protection in-house, which is great to be custom. Every ear is different, and those little earplugs that you get at the store sometimes just don't fit well. If they don't make a good seal, you're not going to have good protection.
Right.
So we do those as well.
When I woke up this morning, I grabbed the Q-tips and I went straight for my ear, and I thought, oh no, Dr. Anzalone's going to kill me for doing this.
That's a no.
I've been doing it wrong all these years. So what's the right way to do it?
Right on the box of the cotton swabs, there's a warning label that says "Do not stick in your ear." So if you look for it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
A good way to do it is to use eardrops. Just 2 drops in each ear at night before bed, maybe once a week. Keeps the wax soft so it could come out on its own. The ear's kind of like a self-cleaning oven in most cases.
Nice. It's funny because I think people feel like you got to get in there and you got to dig around and. It's just not the case.
Yeah, although I was at a birthday party for my niece a few weeks ago, and somebody was talking about these videos on YouTube that they see people having their ears cleaned. And all of a sudden, all these other people at the party were like, I've seen that. And I'm amazed at how many people are aware.
Yeah, it's very popular. And ever since those videos started popping up, we've been getting a lot more people calling.
Do you post
it's like an ear spa day.
Do you post any videos at all?
We haven't yet, but I was thinking about it.
Oh my goodness. I would think that would be disgusting, but my son was into that popping pimples too. Yeah. That's another popular
It's very
thing.
satisfying, apparently. So I love removing earwax. It's fun for me.
Yeah. So tell us about that. When people come in and have their ears clean, what does that look like, and how much does that cost, and do you do anything else? Is it like a dental visit where come back in an X amount of months?
Yeah, we do that. It's not, it's just like a regular cost of a checkup. It's nothing too pricey at all. And we have many different ways to clean earwax too, depending on if it's soft wax or hard wax, and how difficult it is to remove. So just 5 seconds, we get it out comfortably, nice and easy. And
what's the thing with the candle and that's got to be nutty, isn't it?
That's another no-no.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me that flame and why would people do that?
It's actually really dangerous, and it doesn't work. I mean, normally, people look at the candle or whatever's in the little dish or cup that they use afterwards, and it's really. Most of it's the wax from the candle itself that looks like it's coming out of your ear. I mean, scientifically, it doesn't really work, and it's dangerous. You could singe your eardrum, and then you have to get it grafted and have surgery to repair it. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So here's one question I have for you. My dad is hard of hearing progressively. How do I get him to come to you? What's the easiest
that's
way?
a tough question. Usually it takes a lot of talking by the family, just having that sit down talk with him and say, we're really concerned. We don't want you to miss out on anything, and it seems like you're missing out on a lot now. It's very important for their cognition too, to not, just forget about their hearing loss or just ignore it. So hearing loss should not be ignored, especially for long periods of time, because it starts to affect other aspects of your mental state, it causes depression, isolation, so on and so forth. So it's really important for your overall well-being to treat it right away. And I think showing them or teaching them that importance is important to them to know it's time to do something about it.
Load them in the car and bring them on over. That's right. Visit Dr. Nicole Anzalone right there, the owner of Syracuse Hearing Solutions, SyracuseHearingSolutions.com. Thank you so much for stopping by, Doctor.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Sarah Samil is coming up next. She's the owner of the Curd Nerd. Can't wait to hear what that's all about. Right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR. Stick around.